Chapter 10.
The youth Nick phones her immediately after lunch.
Fiona Mackenzie goes to see Nicholas Sentinel in his office. She's told to meet the silent listener.
From the recordings on the silent listener, there could be something fishy going on at the summit, a secret agenda by people whose identities are yet to be figured out beyond their names. There is a network of people whom I refer to as nodes. 4 nodes, or people, are not connected to each other.
There are conversations over cell phones between a man and 4 others. While the other man knew the names of the other 4, he insisted they just call him Guide, a fake name. It turns out the Guide is a hub node, and those other nodes are the 4 men. Professor Kimani, Comrade McLusage, Pastor Chiamaka, and Engineer Tahir. The nodes are at the Seamount Hotel. Nick says he uses the Global Positioning System, or GPS, as a way of determining location. The 4 nodes are not in communication with each other. All the 4 are communicating to only one person, their guide, the hub node. He is their leader. He is also within the Seamount Hotel, 2nd floor, central wing. Meanwhile, at the Seamount Hotel's reception hall, guests are flowing in. Fiona Mackenzie has come to check on Dr. Afolabi. In due course, she gathers more details about the hub node on the central wing, 2nd floor. Using the telephone booth at the hotel, she calls Tad Longway.
Hello, Mr. Longway? I believe you dropped something valuable. I have it with me and I can return it to you.
She notices that Tad Longway had dropped an article that looked valuable. The article is in her custody. She calls and manages to convince him to collect his article. He came over. They met. She hands over the article.
Here it is. I believe this belongs to you.
She gives him a keycard to her office at VOA. He looks at the keycard and returns it back to her.
If you need anything else, you can reach me at my office.
Mr. Tad Longway offers to buy a drink for Fiona Mackenzie.
Sure, why not? Let's have that drink.
Elsewhere, Dr. Afolabi, as he is preparing to go to bed, going through the notes on the president's debate one more time, someone knocks at the door. Who could that be at this hour? It is Miss Fiona Mackenzie. He ushers her in. They share pleasantries. Fiona, what brings you here so late?
I tracked Mr. Longway and I need to know if you are familiar with him.
After some hesitation, he agrees that he knows him. Yes, I know Tad Longway. What did you find out? Mr. Longway and 4 other people alongside Dr. Afolabi, working from the periphery of the summit, their guide, want the summit to adopt Path Alpha instead of Way Omega. The 2 are rival groups. The greatest challenge is that Path Alpha is not even on the summit's agenda, so Mr. Longway and his accomplices want Dr. Afolabi to help them get Path Alpha on the summit's agenda. This is quite the challenge. Path Alpha isn't even on the agenda, but I understand why you want it there. Dr. Afolabi came to advocate for Way Omega, and he will. However, in doing so, he will draw in other alternatives including Path Alpha. I will advocate for Way Omega, but I will also bring in Path Alpha as an alternative. Dr. Afolabi, on learning that Nick is the source of all the information about the 5 people, he's keen on meeting Nick. I need to meet this Nick. He seems to have all the information we need.